little bit about our software solutions. Basically what we have is we have this that comes to fit in any need, but there's two basic implementations that you can get here. There's on-premise and hosted. And really the difference is whether the software is installed on your servers behind your firewall, subject to your security policies, or whether you've decided to ask us to host this on a cloud server for you. And that really has to do with whether or not the company has concerns about uploading bombs to the internet cloud or not. Because if you are concerned about providing your bill of materials into the cloud infrastructure, then you would go with the on-premise solution where you can have security control over that database. On the other hand, if you're more concerned about your lack of IT resources, you don't want to allocate server space, or you don't want the IT group to have to support software updates and things of that nature, then you might go with the hosted approach and let us take care of hosting it for you online. Now, within the software infrastructure, we have several different versions of the software that's scalable to meet different needs. So to start with, we have a very low-cost desktop edition that's designed for a single user on one desktop. So that's a simply easy kind of thing where you have one person that's in charge of regulatory compliance. The data team is going ahead and collecting that data in the background and then simply pushing the data to the software. The user just loads the bombs into the software and provides the product compliance reports and the SCIP submissions right from his own laptop computer. Now, if you have a bigger team associated with the product compliance, we can do this in a similar environment, but where the server is offloaded into a centralized location within your environment. And then you could have multiple users install the clients on their computers. And so you could have, say, component engineers in there looking up the status, the life cycle, things like that. You could have the design engineers going in there and pulling, making sure they're pulling parts that have the kind of data that they need for the rate markets they're building for. And then you could have the compliance people that are going in there, loading the bombs, doing the actual submissions to the database and doing that kind of thing. So you can distribute the workload over multiple actors within your own organization using this workgroup edition approach. It still maintains everything behind your firewall. Now, if you have a need where you have users in other geographic locations, then there's also the browser edition, which basically installs a web engine on top of the workgroup edition. And what that does is it allows you to actually go through and not only maintain a workgroup environment, but also have users in other locations, for example, other divisions. In your Germany, you may have your main data center is, your main design center is in San Jose, but you have a sales office in Texas that requires access to the compliance information and certificates, or maybe tech support. And then you might have a company that you purchased on the East Coast that wants to load their bill of materials in here and do compliance analysis on those. And then you may also have maybe actors in Europe, distributors that need access to certain information. And so you can open up this kind of compliance model to your entire organization worldwide doing it this way. So you can see how this is very scalable from just a single person doing your compliance to entire enterprise level collaborative effort throughout a global environment. Now, with the hosted environment, basically, we're just taking what I just showed you and we're hosting that on a cloud server. So it basically offloads all the IT resources you need to manage the database internally, and we take care of that for you. And then your users simply just all access that through either a secure direct link or through a web browser interface, depending on the type of user. And what this does is it allows you to have the same kind of capabilities as what you have in our browser edition, but it allows you to do that in a hosted environment to save IT resources. And again, this just all depends on your internal security policies and whether you're comfortable having this hosted or whether you'd rather expend resources and keep control of the security yourself.
Learn more by viewing the full-length video online at greensofttech.com/videos. Plus, learn about our environmental regulation solutions online at greensofttech.com.